Last week we talked about the first rule in Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life, an antidote to chaos. Walk straight with your shoulders back is a pretty easy one to follow. Once you get the hang of it and you remind yourself to do it, it's actually pretty easy. Not all his rules are like that though. His second one is a bit more difficult to get into if you're not doing it already. Take care of yourself as you would for others. Why is that? Hi, Michael Figured here. Great to have you. Some of you might have a pet. Could be a dog or a cat, maybe even a fish. It doesn't matter. Sooner or later your pet might get sick, or maybe it's even sick already. But do you remember what happened next? Not a single hair on your body doubted to give it its medication. You wanted the pet you loved to get better, I'm sure. You narrowly followed up on the instructions. 3 to 4 times a day you went through the trouble of giving your dog a pill. And it sounds easy to do that until you actually have to. We act the same when there's a friend or a family member that's in trouble. We tell them that if they need any help at all, they just need to call and we'll be right there. And we mean it. So why is it so difficult to do the same for yourself? If 100 people are prescribed a medication, about 1 in 3 doesn't even get the medication. From the remaining ones, only 1 in 3 correctly takes them, doesn't skip doses, and doesn't prematurely stop taking them. That's crazy, right? To understand this, we need to take a look at the way humans evolved to think. There's 3 fundamental elements, and the third one is key. Stick around, we'll talk about it in a minute. We're social animals that tend to think black and white. We have a very hard time thinking of gray areas. We love things that are either good or bad, like peace is good and war is bad, for example. Peterson addresses this duality as order and chaos. Even if we go back millions of years, this duality can already be found. Male and female is one of those dualities that has been around for the longest time. Order is the known. It's symbolically linked with the male. It's the you know what they say, or a system. Order is good, but too much order can be destructive. Chaos, or the unknown, is symbolically linked with female. It's what matters, or it's a source of ideas. Even in the brain, there's a duality. We're talking about the left and right side of the brain, aren't we? We're surrounded by order and chaos all the time, and we need both to survive. We need the order for safety and we need the order to function. That's the known. But it's in moments of chaos that we feel we're alive. Sudden events that take you off guard. The random person that surprises you, for example. Both of them are present in every situation in life. There's always something we can explain and there's always something we can't. Here's the one you've been waiting for though. The third one is consciousness. Consciousness or self-awareness. We have it, but not all life does. Our innocent cat doesn't have it. Even though it just ruthlessly hunted a mouse and is now playing with its remains, we don't love it any less because, it doesn't know any better. Consciousness is what makes us realize who we are and what we look like. It makes us realize our own imperfections and shortcomings. And we like to beat ourselves up for it. Consciousness is what makes us feel vulnerable. It's already enough that other people know of our imperfections and shortcomings, but that's just what they notice on the surface. We know what our unspeakable thoughts are or what we do or don't do when anybody's watching. Why would a despicable human like us deserve the care it needs? Because we can notice our own weaknesses and fears, we're able to do that to others as well. Only a being as self-conscious as a human could invent torture devices like a gas chamber or a guillotine to play on others' fears. How could we, knowing everything we're capable of, give ourselves the same care that we give to others? We don't deserve it, right? If we want to take good care, we should respect ourselves. And that's damn hard, we knowing ourselves as well as we do. But there's something to notice here. Even though we know all the things we could do and how easy it is to behave arrogant, egotistical or aggressive, at least we know that it is inappropriate behavior. And most people don't show those traits anyway. On the contrary, most people show a problem that is far worse. They despise themselves, are ashamed and are uncertain. Those people don't give themselves the care they deserve. Because of our uncertainties, we believe that others deserve care, and we do not. It's easy to bring up the courtesy to care for others, but not so much for ourselves. And it's not a matter of being kind either. If we put ourselves in front of others all the time and don't care for ourselves, then it's not really a healthy relationship. We've discussed the dark side in people, and that's why it's so surprising that there's so much good that comes out of people. People stick with each other through thick and thin. People around the world are selflessly putting them forward to provide us with electricity, food and flowing water. It seems like we actually do care. And you care. You have compassion and you have respect for those that deserve it. But now it's time for you to have the same amount of respect for yourself. It's important to note that everybody has its shortcomings and nobody's perfect. Taking care of yourself is not about what you want or what will make you happy. It's about doing what would actually be good for you. Ask what could happen if you did what was best for you. Would your health improve? Would you get smarter? Would you get stronger? Try to limit the chaos in your own life and structure the order that way you want so you can pave your own way through life. Stand up for yourself. You should be able to word your own principles so you won't be taken advantage of. Start with yourself and create a vision and a purpose. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Take care of yourself as if it was somebody else you have to take care of. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end and you like this video, please give this video a like. I'm making videos on all 12 of the rules from Jordan Peterson's book, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. Talk to you later. Bye.